Fans. He did it again. St. Petersburg resident Sebastian Bourdais won the Firestone Grand Prix for the second year in a row, and this race literally down to the wire.
Yep, Sebastian joins us again to talk about his experience, and like I said, I think we're going to have you co-host the next time you're here. You're becoming too much of a regular.
This is a record.
Not that we're complaining.
I'm down for that.
How are you feeling? So we're 2 days after the race. Have you had a chance to let it sink in on what you've been able to do 2 years in a row?
Well, I mean, like we said, I was really happy with third, and then they just paved the road for a win up front on the last restart. And yeah, I blinked a couple of times just to make sure it was really happening, because I could barely believe my eyes, but it was awesome, you know.
I think, you know, fans and people who've gotten to know you like ourselves, I mean, this is one of those victories. It just seems like it's storybook in the sense you've had some ups and downs. Last season started the same way with you in the checkered flag, and then obviously last year.
Yeah, I hope history repeats itself to a certain extent, but not too much, you know.
Yeah, so talk about that, though, because as a team, that's got to feel really special for you to be able to come back in another season and start it out again the right way.
Yeah, it is, and you know, obviously bringing Sullivan and Vassar with Delcoin, having a new sponsor with Sealmaster. They had their annual convention in Clearwater, and so every single franchisee was on site yesterday in the suite. Everybody was, you know, going bananas, and it was just awesome. You know, you couldn't write a better script, and yeah, I mean, we're, you know, 48 hours later, but it's just, you know, it's just still sinking in, and you know, so proud of the whole group and everything we've achieved, and bouncing back from last year's, you know.
Which it was funny, because the last time you were here, Natalie and I were talking, it was like you hate bringing it up, you know, because we know that it was a hard time for you last year.
Oh yeah, true, we were looking at the X-ray last time.
Yeah, we did. During the race, I even showed that to my parents. I was like, he actually talked about his X-ray, because you have pins in your leg. It's still uncomfortable in the car.
Was there ever a moment last year where you thought, you know what? I mean, because from what I gather from you, there was not a moment where you said, maybe I should do something else, or you never questioned it.
No, as the car was coming to a stop after the crash, I was like, you know, I'm clearly not intact out of this one. It was the first time I, you know, physically got hurt properly. So, yeah, I mean, there's like the whole assessment of the damages, and then once I knew what was wrong and how it was going to heal up and stuff, you know, then I was eyes forward. But for sure, there's a bit of a moment where you just really don't know what's going on, and that's the only time where you just don't know. But other than that, it was, you know, pretty clear that when I was going to.
Never a thought in your mind that you would do anything different.
Nope. Back at it.
And you know, I'm curious, the race last weekend, it was a little different than the race before. We were just talking about how many yellows were out, how drivers were on edge, and it just kind of was a crazy...
Over the edge?
Over the edge, another way to put it. I mean, it was just kind of a crazy day. And I hate to use the phrase the right time, right place, but really, you and your team owner admitted you didn't have the fastest car on the track, but it really came down to strategy and a little bit of luck, maybe?
Oh yeah, I mean, you need things. I mean, I don't know, you call it whichever way you want, but you have to have things coming your way, and it sure did yesterday in every sense of the way. We started off on the wrong foot, got a cut tire from an incident at the start, at the back, got run into, and you know, you come back to the pits with a big cut in the sidewall of that Firestone tire, and it's like, man, this is not starting the way we wanted.
Right.
And then, you know, we rebounded from it, and we were going to finish third, like I said, and you know, thanks to pretty consistent speed and good pace, but not like ultimate top speed, and you know, we just made it happen with the group, and yeah, everybody did his job, and it's awesome when everybody's just making it happen, you know. Group and team effort.
I'm kind of interested in knowing with the sport of racing too, like how much do you go back and look at the race and go, oh, maybe should we have done this differently? I mean, it seems like you guys don't even have much time, you and the team. You're already moving forward. Obviously you won, so there's nothing you would change, you know, this weekend. But how much do you go back and look at some of these races, look at the footage, look and kind of dive into maybe what things should be done differently?
Everybody's got his own department, so there's like guys that analyze the pit stops, and you know, obviously when there's like something that goes wrong, you go back and you're like, well, what caused what and how can we fix it and prevent it. And then obviously strategy, you do the same thing, so that's more the engineers and me. You know,
But you
when
as
it's
a
just,
driver, do you not spend much time looking back? I mean, is it just straightforward
well,
now?
when you make mistakes, yeah, I mean, you obviously try and learn from it and make sure it doesn't happen again. But I think everybody does these little things, these little analysis and fixing and upping his game. You know, that's how we get better as a group.
So, as a driver moving forward, what do you need to do? What do you take away from this win? Leading the points again. Here
Yeah,
we are.
We leave St. Pete again on the lead of the championship. You know, it's just kind of like, wow, that. Yeah, I didn't expect that, but it's just awesome, and you know, try and carry the momentum, and you know, eyes forward. It's going to be a great season. I think this particular race set the tone. I think there's going to be a lot of retaliation. There's a lot of upset guys, and it's definitely kind of launching the series for an interesting season. But I think Honda did a great job. You know, clearly there was I think first through 6, so they've definitely you know, created it, and hopefully the whole program, you know, goes well, and we put on a great show and keep getting the series the right direction.
Get the
checkered flag.
Get
Good
some sleep,
stuff.
all right?
Yeah, I can use some of that, but it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Going straight to Texas after that, and go
You're
now.
in the season.
Yep.
Thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. Let's keep this going,
know,
okay,
right?
Sebastian?
I mean, hopefully I can see
You're
you
going to
guys,
co-host
you know, a
next
few
time.
more
Can you read
times.
the teas? Can you?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So go ahead. Read it.
Fashion show is a special message. We'll be right back.
Hey.